Lots of news happening an hour away from all the negotiations being able to happen. That window, the free agency vibes are here, and I have a big one joining me this morning. Lions D-tackle, my bestie, D.J. Reader, is on the show to go over some things. We'll talk about this news we have, of course, with the Dolphins and Tua parting ways. Who could be a fit there? Everyone's saying Malik. Could it be Kyler Murray? Should they be done? Should they trade away Waddle? Should he waddle over to a different team? We'll talk about that. Headed to Players Championship today. Going to, I don't know how to say it, Ponte Vedra. Let's do it. We're supposed to have two guests on the show today. Excited to have Lions D-tackle D.J. Reader ahead of free agency. Of course, I'm going to push to get him back to Cincinnati, Matthew Hamilton. That is my lone agenda for this morning on the show. Matthew, are you with me? Good morning to you. You are not joining me. Yeah, you're not joining me down in Ponte Vedra, which is fine. I'll be there on my lonesome, but I'll be excited to go. We'll talk about that. Of course, FanDuel, brilliant partnership with the PGA. Big Brian Rolappy news coming down the pipe. What does that mean, coming down the pipe? Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's coming.
I'd like to know what that means. Coming down the pipe, the pipeline?
Sure.
I'd like to know the origin of that. Somebody let me know. You guys were going to take your questions. We were supposed to have one Jermaine Illuminor, a free agent, also on the program. Here's an interesting tweet. Connor Hughes says the Giants trying to get something done with Jermaine before things get crazy at 12. There are 3 other teams very interested in him circling, though. We were told last minute, and Jermaine Illuminor, not a man to cancel an interview. Not a man to leave your girl Kay hanging and the Up and Adam show. He's a friend of the show, a friend of a viral Daniel Jones moment, I believe. True?
Yep.
Yeah, as well here on the program. His agent pulled him. I think his agent, who pulled him? Somebody.
Yeah. And again, if there's ever a reason to cancel, go get your money, Jermaine.
Yeah.
We'll be here for you.
Go get paid. We'll be here for you. But put that together. Do with that what you will. He is no longer on the program today because he is likely picking up phones, wheeling and dealing, as he deserves. Where do you want him to be?
I mean, I would love to see him back with the Giants. It seemed like he found a really good home there. Giants fans love him. It seems like everybody on that team loves him. I'd like for him to stay as they build this thing with Jackson Dart.
Lots to talk about here. Let's get into this Dolphins news that we got during our call this morning when I talked about golf for 1 hour with my team and how little I knew and how much I now know. And the knowledge is only deepening here minute by minute. But it's NFL time, right? We had news that the Dolphins officially releasing Tua. No one's surprised by this. They're eating just under $100 million in dead money over the next 2 years. They traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets this morning. And should they get rid of Achane and Waddle as well? Sorry, Dolphins fans, I think yes. There are 3 paths here, in my opinion. They can go after Malik Willis, and they'll probably have to continue shedding salaries and completely tear down a rebuild. That's one way to go. Option 2, go get Kyler Murray for the vet minimum. He'll probably be happy in Miami. Do I think you're going to get a ton out of him? No, but you're rebuilding then. And, maybe it gives him a chance when it comes to the front office making something happening with Achane long term, navigating around this stupid Tua cap hit that they have. There's that option. Do you bring in Kyler? And there's option 3. You give Quinn Ewers a shot. You gear up for the 2027 quarterback class. Which one do I like best? I want the cheapest thing, I think, because I think you're in a bad spot and your division's great and you should probably get Kyler because it's such a value. The sky is the limit for him if you can get something out of him. I don't know. If you're going to bring him in, then you cannot get rid of Waddle and Achane, because what is the point of saving said money if you do that? And I will say this, Dolphins fans who are understandably frustrated, we have one of them on our show, our lovely Brian, who's a big Dolphins fan. Yeah, it sucks. And having to eat all that cap space sucks. But look what the Broncos just did. They just worked their way out of the exact situation, and they got to within a game of the Super Bowl within, 2 years of Sean being there and having to deal with the Russell Wilson of it all. It's happening more often that these teams are eating this. I don't know if it's an anomaly, Hamilton. We kind of talked about this. I'm blanking. My head's in why golfers don't wear sunglasses land. Who was it? It was Russell. That was crazy, an anomaly, and a ton of money that they had to eat while he went to the Steelers. And who else? There's another one.
And it's really this offseason with Kyler, with Kirk Cousins, with Tua. We've got 3 of them this offseason. And we hadn't really seen this happen in the past, but teams are more willing than ever to eat that money if they feel like they made a mistake and start the process faster instead of trying to, we paid him, he's our guy, let's make it work. It's let's eat money and start trying to rebuild.
Are Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan, Sean Payton and Vance? I don't know. And I will say to you, Dolphins fans, also, when 70 points get put up on this team, a la the Broncos, with Vance, maybe relax a little bit and give a little patience. Why don't you give a little room here as they've been successful? Should we talk about Maxx Crosby?
Let's do it. It's all your fault, but let's do it.
I didn't touch this story. I don't want any. I still am getting just crushed that I will be tried in the court of football, whatever, for my Raiders fans. God love ya. God love you for thinking I have something to do with anything. And it's not even, but I guess I can be accused and tried for wanting him to win a ring. That's fair. Did I want him to leave the Raiders? I think I don't know. I feel like I just got ahead of the story. I think that's you know what I'm saying? I just got ahead of it a little bit, and I'm getting crushed for that. A lot of people are getting crushed for that. There's no fan base that Raiders fans are the only fan base that I think elite players are afraid of. The awesome, in the literal sense of the word awesome fan base that you are. You have the best of the best not wanting to leave you, feeling like they have to go and talk about how much they love you and what you mean to them, and you will always mean to them, and all of that. That is special. That is we love the Raiders for that. That must have been really hard to swallow. There was a bit of I think just Raiders blindness, of what was really going on and what really might stick out and how things might have dissolved, and that being reported on people weren't wrong to ask those questions, to put those things together. And are you a place that's going to win a Super Bowl in the next 3-4 years? I don't know. And I would love to hear from Raiders fans on what their feelings are after hearing what Max had to say so eloquently, so beautifully. He doesn't have to do that. Him doing that was important to him, I think, out of reverence and also some awesome fear of this fan base and their thoughts on him after he really did give every little bit of himself, mentally, spiritually, physically, to this team and this cause to win a Super Bowl. As far as him joining the Ravens, this is already swinging stuff. Winds of change in the AFC, at least, okay? Yep, here we go. FanDuel Sportsbook, you know it, you love it. The Ravens alone favorites to win the conference at plus 440. They're ahead of the Bills, sitting there at plus 500. They're also third in Super Bowl odds behind the Rams and Seahawks at plus 1,000. So this was a masterpiece deal for a guy who doesn't like me very much, Eric DeCosta. Good for you. This is make them a top 5 defense again? Yeah, it does, instantly. The writing is on the wall. Jamar Chase hated it. The rest of the AFC hates it. The window is now for this organization. So DeCosta does this, but then he pushes in the chips, which causes pressure. This is something that's a little uncharacteristic of him, which I like. The first time in 30 years, the history of the organization, they have not seen in the past 3 decades trading a first-round pick for a player. And there were some, DaCosta made it happen. Good on him. And if you're going to deviate from your philosophy, this is the time to do it in said window, and this is the player to do it for it. The Ravens were bottom 3, I'll remind you, in sacks, bottom 3 in pass defense. So Maxx goes a long way in fixing both of those marks. And by every metric, he has been the best run defender on the edge as well. Baltimore, they have a star in every level of the defense again. Maxx, Roquan, Kyle Hamilton, really for the first time since Suggs left, 10 years ago? Okay, and Minter running things. And I don't know. The sky's the limit for this defense, and they need to be much better, is all I'll say about that. And they do have some work to do, by the way. Hamilton, do they have Tyler Linderbaum?
It sounds like, just based on what's going on out there, it sounds like Linderbaum is likely out the door and going to get completely broken off.
Can he go to DJ Reader's team?
Yeah.
Is that a crazy thing?
There's a possibility. We'll see. They have their own cap situations going on. It sounds like this is going to be a wild deal that he's about to get.
Okay.
And he deserves it. But yeah, there's a lot of issues on that offensive line that are going to need to be addressed for sure.
Reader, bounce back over to Cincy for me. And Tyler, you do your thing with the Lions. I just decided it. You're welcome. I don't know. The offensive line has to be addressed, right? Because it's like you're doing all this. And I guess the question you'd have if you're criticizing this kind of a deal, you got to get the most Hamilton out of Lamar Jackson, out of Derrick Henry when you can in this window and go on this Super Bowl run. Were they a piece away is the question. Were they one Maxx Crosby away from winning a Super Bowl? What say you?
I think yes, if they can fix this offensive line too. I think that's going to be a huge issue because it wasn't good enough last year even with Linderbaum, and now you're losing pieces. They need to do some serious retooling because, like you just said, you need to get the most out of Lamar and Derrick Henry to make this thing work. And if the offensive line isn't doing its thing, you're minimizing the impact of those two players. So if they can get that offensive line sorted out, I do think this is a team that should be in Super Bowl contention.
Are the Chiefs in Super Bowl contention? Will they have Travis Kelce, who's less T-minus 1 hour from, I think it's the first time he's ever tested the market? Or or I don't know if he said it. Did he say it? No, people are saying that he wants to test the market. This would be year 14 for him. I thought he was done. I think he's done. I don't know what's happening. Is this just last minute jitters? Is this I don't understand. Just retire and come back in the playoffs. Is that crazy? That's what I would do. Retire, go make some movies, live your life, get married, enjoy. And time is precious. And then, I don't believe in retiring. So the mulling over,
Yeah, I think it's just with this year in particular, because he doesn't have a contract. He kind of feels like he needs to make the decision now. I know what you're saying about unretiring, but I also think just the way that he is, from what we've come to learn about him through the years, I feel like he's the type of guy that he wants to go through the battles with his teammates. He doesn't just want to tack himself on later. He wants to feel like he's there with them if he's going to do it. I think if he's going to do it, he wants to do it all the way.
Do you see this person leaving Patrick Mahomes?
It's hard for me to imagine that he leaves Patrick. It really is. But there's the financial aspect of this with the Chiefs too. They don't have a ton of money to throw around. And if he gets his market value, it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of $15 million a year. So does he take less than the market value?
Is this going to drag on past today? I thought surely on Friday he's going to notify the team, work it out. And here's what's going on. You can say what you want about. I actually had a couple conversations about this weekend, and it's he's slow. He doesn't have it anymore. He should just hang. That's not why I'm saying to retire. I'm saying just come back and play meaningful football because you have the world at your fingertips and can do whatever you want. And he's still, by the way, and you losers who think he doesn't have it, guess who still finished as a top 5 tight end in receiving yards last year? Chaboy, okay? And there's a bunch of teams. You think there's not a billion teams running around wanting that as far as veteran championship pedigree, marketing, passing game production, most importantly? Yes. if I'm looking at other teams, I could see him suiting up. I can't see it. I don't know if I see a Gronk Tampa Bay situation here. I don't see it. Maybe the Eagles? Dallas Goedert could be gone. Maybe there's a connection there. Great culture. You know, is he going to join the team that beat him so bad? I don't know. Because of Jason? I don't know. The connections are cute, I guess. Jason lives in the area. He could be closer to his nieces. Isn't his fiance from there-ish also? I don't know. We'll see. I've heard talk of a... hello? Homecoming? Okay. Let me just get... We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back, and hopefully we have DJ Reader. Maybe I'll finish my thought in the break. We've got so much going on. DJ Reader joining us. Does he stay? Does he go? We'll get to that after the break. Thank you. Browns. No.
I can't see him go. I can't see that.
Well, Cincy love there. Who's like blowing his? Who's blowing them up? You know.
Yeah.
Who's blowing up his representation?
I think the Rams are super interesting.
I mean, if you're him, why would you not? Like, literally, if you're a veteran. The problem is, the rules don't apply to Travis. The idea of like, oh, you're in LA, that's cute. You can go like, you know, wander over to CAA and have, you know, talk to your agent there. Like, that doesn't apply to him. Being in LA.
Yeah, he transcends all that stuff. New York, like people brought that up with him going to the Giants too. Like, he doesn't need New York.
He can just, yeah.
He can be anywhere. Yeah.
I don't know if I can, like, if you were to tell me Gronk could be in a Bucs uniform, Tom, Travis without Patrick.
I just need to know how Donna Kelce's home renovation fits into this equation.
I don't even want to know that story. I've been seeing, like, the quote tweets of that, and I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else on Jermaine?
What's that?
Anything else on Jermaine?
Not yet. Still waiting. This will be fun to talk to him about when he does come on eventually. Again, just rumors, but it sounds like a lot of smoke with the Giants.
Is this Mbappe news real? That he was with that woman all weekend and then he crashed the car? Did Mbappe get in a car crash?
I did not see that.
Nothing is real.
Everything's AI? We're at that point.
Yeah. It's so scary. There was some bot at the I sent it to, they're dealing with it. Some bot at the combine said that, like, I was on set with him in Indy. And there's a picture of me, like, biting my lip looking at this man. I'm not joking. Okay, welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Up and Ends at the Players. That's right, it is Players Championship Week, live from TPC Sawgrass. FanDuel, brilliant, beautiful, wonderful relationship and partnership with the PGA, and so we will be there. I believe one Rob Gronkowski is going to be there. Will I... Hamilton, hold on. Can we go on camera, please? Will I literally don't know how to say the sentence. Will I take a swing on 17? Will I
don't think. I think it's too much of a liability for the PGA.
No. How do you say the sentence? What's the appropriate way to say the sentence? Hit a shot? Do I take a swing? I said take a swing. That was what I was going to say. Lefty Lucy? My left-handed clubs out there, if that's a thing. We're going out there. We will be on on the 17th hole, of course, Major Lords, that island green. I know all about it. I was there last year watching everybody do their thing. I did not attempt to do anything, but I will be out there, I think, tomorrow morning, which I'm very excited about. We have a show. We're trying to get players, if we look at the current odds, here for the Players Championship, FanDuel Sportsbook. This is where you want to be to get in your bets. Do it right now. We got Scotty Scheffler. Not a good finish yesterday. I don't know what's going on with him. Plus 380. Rory McIlroy, the defending champion. Can he go back-to-back plus 1,300? Okay, we've got Colin Morikawa, who I would love to have on the show this week, plus 1,900 for Colin. I like him. Auberg, Tommy Fleetwood, who I'm a big fan of Hamilton because he just goes to the pro shop and puts on clothes. He buys, or I don't know what the deal is. I don't know enough, but people are always talking about what he's wearing, what he's not wearing, which I love. So I'm there. I would love to know from you guys out there, who do you want us to talk to? Who do you want us to try to get? It's very difficult. Very difficult. We are trying to get you the best golfers in the biz. Gronk will be there with me for a little bit of it. Yeah, who do you want us to? Last year, I think we had Ricky Fowler for sure. Ricky Fowler, who's the smartest man on tour. Because he's the only man that I believe who wears sunglasses. And I'm not even talking about to golf. I don't know if we can pull up a picture of him. Maybe Brian can razzle-dazzle me here. Yeah, let's get to that in a minute. But Ricky Fowler wears sunglasses to, I think, actually golf, through his swings, whatever. But I don't understand how all of these guys for 5 hours will be out there and between holes not put on sunglasses. There's nothing I would do. The first thing I would do after, I understand why you're not wearing them. Maybe there's a depth perception and it throws you off. But are sunglasses just not allowed on the golf course? Because they look miserable. They're squinting. The hats don't really do anything. I get and then they have these half tans. Shane Lowry's taking off his hat. He's white up here, red down here. But sunglasses aren't a thing on tour. I don't really understand that. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm wondering. As I was thinking, because we've been mulling this for a day now.
Yeah.
Do they feel like it's redundant with the hat and the sunglasses? I personally, I don't love wearing a hat and sunglasses. Oh. Is it that?
Ricky does it great.
I don't know. Yeah.
Ricky does it great.
He can pull off anything though.
Yeah, no, he really can. It's so true. But his glasses are huge. You can get a thinner. I just can't imagine walking for 300 yards in 80 degrees with the sun shining and not putting some shades on my eyes. And I would have a great, I'm not talking white Oakleys, the bane of my existence hellscape of what exists in a pro shop. That could be a video. I could do that video tomorrow, what not to buy as a man at a golf pro shop. Upside down letters? No, we don't need upside down letters, everybody. We're okay. We're all okay. Respectfully. Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to go.
You said white Oakleys, and I just thought of 5 coaches instantly that I've encountered Oakleys. With the white Oakley guys. Yeah.
White Escalades, white Oakleys, and we're out. What was the other thing? We had Bhatia win, which was amazing. This at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. He's doing some sort of weird broomsticking to putt. People are all heated about it. Is that legal? I'm going to ask people tomorrow. I don't know if that's okay. Is it touching his shirt, touching his chest? Is the thumb enough? Is he anchoring? Is it what? It looks a little loophole-y to me, and I'm okay with it for now.
Been reading a lot about anchoring lately.
Yeah.
There are some out there that are throwing Ron Burgundy around as a nickname. There are a lot of allegations about this anchoring stuff.
Yeah, it looks. Nobody's stopping him. So until somebody stops him, art of war. And then what else happened? Speaking of Ricky Fowler, the alligators.
The alligators were everywhere. I'm glad you're going to be on an island green.
There
with
can't
all
be
these
an
alligators.
alligator. Is it a crocodile or an alligator? Firstly, we should be respectful of the wildlife.
Alligators.
USA is alligator. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah, those are alligators.
Okay, so, and then there was one on the course. I just don't understand why this would be attractive Or like, what is the appeal of not removing them immediately? You know, like they come and they build a course, get them out of there. You can move them. Why would that? So I'm going to be on this island green, and I will be looking for that kind of wildlife. Why would that be attractive or appealing? And it's like, it's the equivalent of having like a polar bear posted up by the Gatorade cooler on a sideline. Like DJ Reader, Jared Goff, they're hanging out, and there's some sort of like albatross standing there just like to instill fear. What is that? What in the world is this?
Yeah. I mean, that's what Dan Campbell, I think, actually campaigned for having a live lion on the sidelines for that reason. So there's that.
A caged one.
Yeah.
You want to cage up alligators? Live your best life. Like, I don't understand.
They're wild animals. Like, you can't, you know.
Have you ever been to a resort?
Yeah.
In the tropics, you know what they do? They remove them. They take them away. I don't understand. It's not.
Well, they can find their way back.
No. Anyway, those are the odds.
They were here before us. They've been here since the dinosaurs, you know? Respect the alligators.
Anyway, we'll be back after this. We've got DJ Reader on the show who might have some takes on whether or not he wants a polar bear just hanging out on the sidelines. If he's back in Detroit, why don't you go back to Paycor? Who Day Nation. Okay.
They haven't been the same since he left. You can track everything right back to that free agency here.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, yeah.
The Bengals defense, the moment he left.
I did not sleep last night at all.
Thinking about the alligators.
No, I just don't understand.
And anchoring. Yeah.
Well, that thing I would like to understand. I love a loophole.
Yeah.
I love a loophole.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it's going over well with.
Yeah, there have to be guys that have opinions on that. And I hear like the loophole is like he's touching his shirt and he's not touching his chest, which is like.
Why is it so tall, that club? It's like up to, like he's a tall man.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. And he had like the best putting day. I saw there were like metrics. He had like the best putting day of anyone since they've been like calculating that metric.
But do other people then, are they like, okay, like if that's a loophole, I do it? Or is it one of those boy ego things where it's like, I'd rather lose than do it the seemingly easy way?
Yeah.
Does it make
so like
it
the
easier?
underhanded free throws.
Know. Yeah, or like an underhand, exactly. Bowling with the ball between your legs. You know, if it works, it works. What are you going to do? People would rather lose than do that. I don't know.
I'm sure there's definitely some of that.
Is it easier to do it that way? I don't know enough.
I mean, if you try, it's obviously working for him.
What's the weather?
So he had like 16 strokes gained on his putts.
You know, I'm not going to swing the golf club on 17 unless there's like no one there.
Please, yeah.
There would have to be.
That'll scare the alligators away.
Yeah, but there would have to be no one there for me to even try. It would be I mean, I think like Top Golf is the last time I've like swung, or I played mini golf in Appleton, Wisconsin last week.
There you go.
I can putt. That I can do.
Yeah.
But I have such performance anxiety. I can't imagine I'll do that. If anybody's actually watching.
Breaking news, rap sheet, Travis Kelce expected to return to Kansas City.
Great.
There we go.
There we have it. No one's surprised by this. I'm surprised he's coming back. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's coming back. For the love of the game.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Jackson's got it. Designed keeper over the right side. Tackled from behind. Really nice play in there.
That's it, DJ. The design run. They've done a nice job of getting off of their blocks. DJ Reader, he's been nice up front.
Boy, you almost got me, boy. Woo.
I like and champion everyone, and then there's this little a rare group of guys who are my absolute favorite, and here's one of them right now, DJ Reader. So great to see you. I'm sorry, 10 seasons in the NFL? What goes through your head when I say that? That's insane.
It's been a long time, and I'm old now.
No, you're not old now. But what does that feel like when you think you just wrapped your 10th year playing consistently well, which is like the hardest thing to do in our game?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, I just really don't think about it until you start stacking up the years. You remember, like, dang, I was playing when this happened. You start watching some old films, coach trying to teach some film off some, like, old plays and stuff like that, and you out there on the film. So I don't think about it until it's really those times, but it's been a blessing, though. I've been blessed.
Yeah, it's a blessing when you can take down the most untackleable guy in the NFL. What does that feel like? That clip we just saw, you, Lamar Jackson, it feels impossible.
Sure, it feels like me just really diving and hoping I get his leg for real. Like, I don't know what it feels like to him to be that fast and be able to get away from everybody. For me, I'm like, all right, I feel like this is as close as I'm going to get, like right here, the start. The start of this fight is as close as I'm going to get, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot my shot, try to get him down. And when you get him down, it feels good, you know? So I got up and told him, I was just talking to him a little bit. It was just funny what he said. He's like, I'll get you next time. In my head, I was thinking, ain't going to be no next time, man. We're going to be, we off the field right here.
Amazing. And I want to talk about free agency and what that feels like. I hope you have had a little bit of rest this offseason, a little bit of fun. What have you and Rocky been up to lately?
Just chilling. We're playing some baseball, a little bit of T-ball right now.
So cute.
Going through, school's going well. My boy Rock doing good, man. He out here doing his thing. He got a little bit of a mullet right now. We're messing around with the hair a little bit, so he's got a little bit of a mullet going right now. He likes it, so we've kept it for a little bit. But my boy's doing good. We're doing good.
Can you describe what it felt like to have him, your son, reveal that you were the Lions Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee?
Man, it felt so good. You know, because I didn't know what he was there for. And, you know, we've been working on reading a lot lately. So when I walked in, he's like reading the note and talking to me about it. It felt real good, you know, and I know how shy my boy is. He's good in person, you know what I'm saying, but he's pretty shy on the camera and stuff. So it was just good to have him come in there, man, and just see him. He always lights up my world when I get to see him, man, get a chance to hang out with my boy.
I think the most meaningful, impactful honor sort of given are those nominees by your team, by everybody who sees what you do day in, day out in your community with the A Son Never Forgets Foundation, which is amazing. And part of why I think a lot of teams want your services here is like that, who you are as a human being. When I mention or say the name or the word, the phrase free agency, what do you think?
Time to just move around or hopefully stay where you at. I think about just another blessing, another time to enter in this league and, you know, contract season, a lot of families and people happy. So, I mean, it's a good time for me. You know, unfortunately, I didn't have one of those careers where I got to stay one place the whole time, which would have been exciting. But, you know, it's also been exciting to move around, see different parts of the country, gain a lot of fans, gain a lot of respect for a lot of organizations now. You know, I've been able to be blessed with 3 good organizations who I deeply respect. So, you know, this time around it's fun for me. You know, you get to see where you're at. You know, maybe get to a familiar place. Maybe not so familiar, or maybe not so familiar and get to know a place. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fun time for me. I'm excited about it.
Let's talk about that familiar place. DJ Reader back to Cincinnati, please.
I think that's like, you know, I don't know where that is on the table. I haven't gotten a chance to really talk about it or hadn't heard much from either side about it. So we'll see. Obviously, it's somebody I'm familiar with. I love the team. I love the organization, the people over there. Obviously, I believe in the team, but we'll see how it goes. You know how free agency goes. It's about what they got, what you got. You got to be the right fit.
I mean, you're wearing a hoodie, I believe, from... Is that hoodie a Super Bowl hoodie?
Yeah, but this year's Super Bowl. This isn't I went out there. I had
My
to go
bad.
out
I didn't see it. I saw the first 2 letters. I was at that Super Bowl. I mean, your old quarterback has to play Crosby. Joe has to take on Garrett, of course, T.J. Watt 6 times this year.
Yes.
They need to make some moves. Are you up for that challenge? What does that look like for you?
If I were to go back there, then yeah, like I'd obviously be excited about something like that. I obviously believe in that team a lot. I believe in a lot of people around the league, but I've been with that team, so I believe in, especially, those 3 guys on offense. I'm familiar with the defensive players. I love those guys over there. But with those 3 guys on offense, you can really win whatever. With Zach calling the plays and those 3 guys on offense, they can make some things happen and make some things shape. So I've always thought it was a pretty special place to be. But, if that opportunity comes up, I'd have to weigh my options on that, and see.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful that you say that. I don't know that everybody thinks that same thing about this Bengals organization, like Trey Hendrickson, the handling of that. That's one of your former teammates. He's a top free agent option as well here. Hot commodity for sure, as he should be on the open market. I mean, what are your thoughts on Trey Hendrickson and where he should go?
The world's his oyster right now. There's a lot of people out there that need pass rushers. You can never have too many. And Trey does it with the best of them, man. I was blessed to play with him for a couple of years, and the way he approaches getting after that quarterback is something special to watch, really. He don't really want to run games. He don't need this, don't need that. He's out there getting out of his stance and winning. And for somebody on the interior who's usually getting double teamed or something like that, you can appreciate it because you know that guy on the edge is going to get pressure. So I think, he'll be blessed with any opportunity that comes his way. I think he's got a lot of them about to come. So I just really want him to be happy.
Do you think he'd be happy in Dallas? I've done some. You okay? You like that?
I think he'd be happy there. It's warm indoors. Shoot, he's from Florida.
Yeah.
Texas got no state taxes. He'll be excited.
Yeah, fair. I want you to go back to Cincinnati, but I'm also thinking you're saying things that are familiar, that would scratch that box. But, you're also a Carolina boy at heart. Derek Brown is a monster, an amazing guy.
He's an animal.
Yeah.
Kid, fire.
How does the return how does that sound? How does that fit with you, that return? Return home.
Oh, man. It's a good team, man. I love to go home. Like I said, all the options are out there for me. I'd love to go home. I know my family and friends would be ecstatic. Some of my best friends would be super excited, man. And that'd be fun. It'd be fun to go back and be in Carolina. I love that city, love the stadium. So it'd be cool. When
you're weighing your options, so I know, because after this, you could sign with a team. We can figure it out. What is the most important thing to you? You've been through this process twice before in your career. At this point, 10 years in, grizzled vet, like you're saying, you want that Super Bowl. I think that's important, but what's most important for you right now?
I think being competitive somewhere where hopefully they got a direct flight to Oklahoma so my son can get there often. Okay. But if not, then. But if not, my boy's always coming out. We're homeschool right now, so we're around. But really just somewhere competitive with a good organization. And it's nothing I can fit in anywhere. I feel like I can play in any system. So I'm not really stressed on that end. I just want to play some good ball on the back end of my years and really get to a place that's competitive and a good organization with some people who care about each other.
You know the flight pattern from Oklahoma to Detroit exists because you're there. Y'all have made it work. What are the chances you stay in Detroit?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll get that chance for real. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Hopefully. I would love to. I love the people there. I love my guys. Love my teammates. They've been talking to my agent, I guess, so I hadn't had any personal much communication. But, that doesn't surprise me. It always goes one way or another with, personal communication. So we'll see. I'd love to say I'm familiar with it. Wouldn't have to uproot, move around, but we'll see. It's just not, it's not in my hands right now. I'm waiting to see what the options are for real.
So you don't have it like I envy you. And you're so calm about this because I think you've been through it. You also know you can't control what you can't control. But I would be like, where does Brad Holmes get his coffee in the morning? Because I'm showing up. Where's his barber? Where's his what? I would just be showing up, or it would be very hard for me, especially if I've been in that building and I have some sort of a relationship with him, to not reach out. How do you not reach out?
I don't know if that's just my job as a player. me, you know what I mean? Like,
You're teaching me a great life lesson here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just like my job as a player.
I love you.
I feel like you give away any negotiating power if you're the one reaching out trying to see. But like you always, I love Brad. Got a good rapport with Brad, and I've always enjoyed him, respect the hell out of him. So it's not like I'm too prideful to reach out thing. It's just I don't know that that's my place. I've never done it, never really had to do it throughout my career. So it'd be unfamiliar for me. But I also know like I got a really, really good support system. My things are stable at home, and so no matter where I go, I'll be blessed, and I know I'll be supported by the people that love me. So I don't really stress on where that opportunity is. You know what I mean? You want it to be somewhere familiar, somewhere you've been, or where I'm already at in Detroit. But if it's not that, I'm also not tripping over it.
Why do you love Brad?
He cares about his guys. I think how detailed and how hard he works. You know, you can tell when he's at practice, like he's studying, he's trying to figure things out, he's writing stuff down. For me, Brad went to North Carolina A&T. It's in Greensboro, so I have
Grimsley High School, baby.
Yeah,
go
yeah.
Whirlies.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's
I
a
got
shout out.
you.
There we go. But it's just something familiar. Me and him are familiar with each other, and so it's something that's super exciting, and I like him a lot. You know, being familiar with the same plays, being familiar with each other, you see it. As a matter of fact, I think we got a whirly or two in the draft class this year coming out.
Really?
We got a couple coming up.
Oh, I gotta get Cal to get on that. You tell me who do I need to know? Tell me right now.
Who we got? My boy Travis Shaw's in the draft class this year.
Okay.
I think he came out of Texas. We got a couple kids at USC.
Okay.
Southern Cal that are going to play this year. We got a kid, the DN at Duke. We got a quarterback that just went to Tennessee. So we got guys out there now. You got to see the Whirlies coming up on the map.
Oh, snap.
You got to be up.
When you heard the Maxx Crosby trade happened, what were you thinking? Obviously you were in the... Okay, so tell me what that face is.
I was like, man, good for him. But more so, like, good for, like... I know my Cincy people are going to get on me about this, but I was happy for Lamar and the Ravens. Weave was my first ever D-line coach. He's the DC over there in Baltimore now. I was excited for Weave a lot, man, because, you know, you always want to get a cornerstone player. And a guy like Max, with the guys that got on the back end, can force the ball out a little bit quicker. Hopefully they get him Bouquet back. Got Travis Jones, all those guys. And they got Monte Jones, too. Hopefully they can be able to sign him back. If they got those four up there up front, shoot, they got a squad. You already know if they got a linebacker, and then on the back end they can play. So if they can get those four guys rolling, they're really good. Oh, my camera's falling.
DJ, it sounds like you have a lot of connections to Baltimore.
I've just been playing them a while, and then, I just know some people over there. It's nothing yet. Wow.
They could use you.
I'm sure, KS. I'm telling you, I could lend my services a lot of places. I could go play some good ball.
Yeah, and Bengals fans couldn't be mad at you. Like y'all did your thing. They love you still. I think you could go there. How much more? I guess I love the player mentality, especially from a veteran, somebody who's seen it all, right?
Yeah.
When Max gets traded there, how much more appealing of a destination does that make for you?
I think it's already appealing. You know the history of Baltimore. You grew up watching football. It's kind of in that era where you got Ray Lewis, you got Ed Reed, you got the guys, and they're fighting every year. You watch the Super Bowl, even that year, shoot, when they play San Fran, lights go out. It's just a lot of cool moments in that city. And then you get a cornerstone player like Maxx Crosby. I think guys grow up and kind of already want to. A lot of guys are like Ravens fans or like Raven-esque fans, kind of really grew up watching Ray Lewis, wanted to play there for whatever reason. And then you got big players over there, so it's like it makes it an easier destination to want to go to, I'm sure. If
you were to sign there, who's the first Bengal that would text you and give you shit?
Probably BJ Hill.
What would he say?
I don't know. He'd say something, because I talked to him yesterday, and me and him were just going back and forth, but BJ for sure would say something. He's on me all the time in the offseason about moving back to Carolina anyway, so BJ would say something.
I'd like to see that. Listen, you drew a ton of attention from O-lines this year. Like, you had the highest double team rate of any defender, my friend, at over 58% of your pass rush snaps. How much does the extra attention actually make pass rushing more fun for you?
I mean, it makes it hard. I'm always confused. I'm like, man, am I getting like a bunch of sacks around me or something? Like, really? I feel like this double team could be used other places, but when it happens, I just laugh. I think it happens in places, and I just think it's funny because I'm always confused. I'm like, what is going on? Like, wow, why would the double team be right here? But
you were double teamed more than anyone in the league last year.
Yeah, and then I got to go online and read fans talking about, oh, he doesn't this, he doesn't. I'm like, I mean, if you guys saw what was going on, then you'd understand what's going on for real. Like, it just is what it is. They're not trying to let me get back their game.
Yeah, I mean, you were clapping back at Detroit fans on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
In December.
Sometimes.
What made, like, what, I guess what made you do that?
I love you trying to search for the question right there.
Well, I think, like, you could do it every day. Everyone's hating everybody all day long. So what is what is the thing that you're like, no, actually, today's the day that I'm going to respond to this,
I think, you just get, you troll all the time. Oh, I'm almost done. I think, you get trolled all the time, people mess around with you, and then, like, some days you just feel like trolling back. And for me, it doesn't really go any further than that. Like, the fans got apps, and I agree that fans should be allowed to complain. Like, I think that they should be as a part of being a fan. You just can't get mad at the player or the person if they say something back to you. I think that's it's a part of normal dialogue and having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're allowed to say something at me, I'm allowed to say something at you. And I feel like as adults, like, we should be able to walk away from that conversation and be okay. Like, there's no ill will.
100%.
I'm like, all right,
I would say this. I think it's like, you nailed it when you're like, they don't know what they're talking about. And I don't know what I'm looking at half the time. But I do know that DJ Reader, there's a stat sheet. And then what you do is so majorly not on the stat sheet. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Aiden, who does his thing, and I like Aiden a lot, and of course you like whatever, there's no, it's not a coincidence that he put up double-digit sacks, a career high in sacks without, you drawing double coverage and attention from everybody the entire time. So, like, it affects, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what happens.
How I've always looked at it.
Yeah, those guys are good players. I mean, I don't take credit for anything that none of those guys do, but I've played with some good defensive ends, and you can check my numbers, their numbers when I played with them and when I didn't. And I've always tried to hold my end of what's going on. And I had 2 linebackers, both of them. Damn near 3 linebackers have 100 tackles this year. Like,
yeah.
It's not just like, I'm not just in there taking up space. And yeah, things might not just go my way as much as they used to. It might be a little bit of a different system, but I'm still in there doing my thing.
Yeah, not taking anything away, but your impact has always been more than the stat sheet, is what I'm trying to say. I'm also curious, like 10 years in, I'm looking at this. You've been doing it for a decade now. I haven't seen a hint of decline. I haven't seen a hint of, what is that? What is your secret to longevity?
I think just working hard in the off season. I got a son that keeps me young. Always wrestling, messing around with him. And yeah, I'm blessed. I'm 31 in year 10. But I'll be 32 right before the season. But so I came in the league a little younger, like 21, got drafted. So it wasn't as. But other than that, just working hard in the off season. I can thank my trainers, Ben Fairchild out here and Dr. Gibson down in Atlanta when I get to work with them. Shout out those guys. But I think that's really it. And then I think the league's a little bit different now. It's just not as hard to practice. Well, not as hard to practice days as you used to have. So I wouldn't say it's easier because you're still out there. The games are tough and you're playing more of them. But I think you just get a little bit less blows in the off season. So you're a little bit more prepared for those years and longer years and a little bit more time. But
I mean, you've missed 2 games the last 2 years. That's it. So
yeah. But people will say I'm injury prone out there. But it's just one of those things. I've been blessed. I've been blessed and been able to be able to fight back from certain injuries and really go out there and have some good years. And it's been fun.
I don't think you're staying in Detroit.
I don't know. I hope. I would love to.
Yeah.
I don't feel like moving again.
Yeah, that's part of that. Oklahoma flight. I thought it says everything I need to know about you, that you care about the Oklahoma flight situation.
Everybody's got a flight. It's just, if there's a shorter flight, it's always good.
I love that about you. I wanted to say that, I don't know what to do with this Lions team. You stay there, that'll make me feel more confident. I don't know what to think about them going into this year. There's like a window, there's the injury, and like I said, you only missed 2 games in 2 years. What? You think you...
They'll be good.
Yeah.
They'll be good. I know I said this last year, there's a lot of guys in the team that maybe want to, or got bad taste in their mouths. But I think even more this year with like the successes that we had last year, even though we didn't make the playoffs, the successes that we had, the teams that we did beat, close games that we were in, we didn't just go out there and get embarrassed in the game. Like, we went out there, we competed every game. We lost some, went out there and really, really competed on a tough schedule. I think that there's just a lot of good players over here. You get a lot of guys back. BB's going to be coming back from injury. Kirby's going to be back. Lane's a year removed from
Everyone's
ACL.
Injured, though. You were able to stay healthy, which is amazing. But look at this. Like, I wonder how things might have played out differently the last 2 years if the defense was able to stay healthy, because this list is crazy.
Yeah, but luckily you get all those people back.
Yeah.
You get all those people are either on this list right now, either coming back or another year removed from the injury. So, like, for me, if I'm looking at it glass half empty, yeah, you can say all those injuries. But if I'm looking glass half full, we're getting these people back. They didn't get too many games on them last year, so they'll be healthy. It's a relatively young team. You know what you got a lot on the offensive end. You solidify that you're going to go hard. This is going to be our main feature back. This is what we're doing. So you're getting John more touches. You got receivers that are good. You're stepping another year into like the rookie receivers. You get Sam Laporta back. Replace some things on the O-line, and I think they're in a good spot.
We'll see if we get DJ Reader back. We don't know. I have a feeling you're going back to the AFC North. That's what I think. The door is open everywhere, which must be nice. And I'm glad for you to get these phone calls and leave all of your options open. Well-deserved wine and dine fest, love fest for DJ Reader. You're the best.
Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it.
Great to see you. I'll cheer you on no matter where you go. We'll be back after this free agency is here. I heard the buzzing over there in DJ's background. He's got his phones lighting up, a lot of things and decisions to make for our guy. So it's not Baltimore. Oh, gosh. Thanks for your analysis. I don't know. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What's your guess on him?
Seemed like Carolina excited him. I think he's going to have a ton of options because, like you said, he's one of these guys that just makes everybody around him better.
Yeah. Did I say that right? Like, I didn't want,
Yeah, because nothing against Aiden whatsoever, but, like, empirically, had his best season when DJ's out there playing 17 games with him, and they're out there
So then
together.
imagine him with Max. Ew!
Yeah. And like he said, too, the linebackers that play behind him all put up career years when he's in there.
Yeah, he liked that.
Yeah.
Get that good stuff.
You go back to Cincinnati with that, too. Yeah.
Him saying Cincinnati's a special place he would go to needs to be out on the internet because, like, they get such a bad rap for everything, which is obviously self-made.
Yeah.
AKA Trey.
Yeah. But yeah, the news is starting. It sounds like already Tua and the Falcons, there's a lot of smoke there, which was something you talked about last Monday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah. It's good for them because it gives them another option with Penix. He's going to be cheap, too, like we talked about with Kyler.
DJ can't go to... Yeah.
Can't go where?
Hold on. He can't go back to Lou?
That's a possibility.
Do they have money? That much money?
They have. They don't right now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And they still have the Alec Pierce thing to figure out, which is, clock is ticking on that.
World's most famous wide receiver?
Yeah.
Waddle needs to leave Miami, says LFP711. Yes, I agree. I say get him out of there. Get H.N. out of there. Smoke a cigarette, light a match. We're done.
They had a shot at the trade deadline to make it happen, too, and didn't do it.
Well, look at Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Speaking of golf, Joe Burrow golf tournament.
It's happening.
She's back. Okay, every day we do a one thing about leading up to the draft, which Hamilton is how many days away, and who are we talking about today? Oh.
Sorry, muted. It's like 40-something days away, and today we're doing Avian Terrell.
Okay, you picked Avian Terrell, and here's what I know about him, and it's what you guys need to know about him. There's like cuteness here, right? There's family storyline, some history in this draft. If he goes in the first round like his brother, Falcons All-Pro AJ, then we got the Terrell Bros, okay? They're joining a very exclusive, look at this, a list of siblings to go on night one. The first pair since the Bosa gentleman did it, so I don't know, kind of hard to watch some of the things that Hamilton has shown me and we've talked about. He's probably not slipping out of the first round because he plays very big. He's only 5'11", 186, but he's versatile, he's physical, he can play in the slot, he can play outside. He's getting the Trent McDuffie treatment. Those are the comps here. I've seen him put tight ends twice the size of him on their butts. He can cover. He can blitz. He led the ACC with 5 forced fumbles last year, so this kid can do it all. And there's a lot of teams that need him, so that's why I think he'll stay in the first round because the Cowboys could use him at 20. The Bears at 20. Please, Bears. If the Bears got him, I'd be so happy. All of their DBs are hitting free agency, so I don't know. Kansas City at 29 wouldn't pass on him. This is a first rounder. Wherever he goes, we're going to see him make a big splash and impact at the gate. See you tomorrow from Jacksonville.